Growing up, my faith has always been a huge part of my life. My mom has worked in the church for as long as I can remember. My father is a deacon. And so I was really active in the youth group. And in high school, I kind of made it my home. And my friends, I brought all my friends, and I loved every Wednesday night or Sunday morning when I got to see them and learn more about God. Really, my my Wednesday nights were very educational. My youth minister taught religion in a way that it was more like study, but it was so interesting. It included history and sociology and all sorts of different things. And I just felt this calling that if I wanted Christianity to be in every part of my life, I wanted to have it with my vocation. And so I chose a religion major degree because I ultimately want to be a professor and teach other people about the things that I've learned through my faith and the ways it can help them in their lives. So, being a religion major and being gay is definitely difficult. Luckily, I am out to all of my close friends and my family, and they are all very accepting and supportive and that sort of thing. Coming out to my family was a little interesting. I did it to my brothers, my older brother first, of course. He's a great guy, and we're really close, and so he had no problem with it. Coming out to my parents was a little different. I did it individually, even though they're still together. My when I first came out to my dad, he said he was going to need counseling, but he's fine now. And my mom was actually really sad. She was sad because she felt that that she didn't provide a loving enough atmosphere or a trusting enough atmosphere to where I thought that I could come talk to her about this or talk to her about my problems. So she felt like she kind of failed as a parent, not because I was gay, but because I didn't feel like I was safe enough to tell her. So that was really interesting. As far as my classes go and my life with Will, we've been dating for 3 years, a little over 3 years, and it's been great. And all my friends love him, and he's like one of the gang. My classes are a little difficult because of who I tell and what I tell them. People talk about their relationships in religion classes a lot when we're talking about marriage ethics or theology and stuff like that. And it's difficult because I don't know a lot of times what to say, not because I'm ashamed of being gay, but because I don't want to be discriminated against. Because I've accepted myself, and I know God has accepted me, and I know that I am loved for who I am. But it's a little more difficult when navigating the space around a conservative atmosphere. A lot of times people ask me why did you come to Baylor if you're gay? I mean, that's such a conservative atmosphere. They're gonna, say you're gonna burn in hell or something like that. And that's not really the case. I mean, that wasn't even the question that I asked myself when I was choosing Baylor. I really chose Baylor because it's where I felt called to, and because I view myself as a Christian before I view myself as a homosexual. But even though they are both huge parts of my life, I also think that going somewhere where everybody might not accept me is a chance for me to change people. It's a chance for me to help people be more like Jesus and show more of Christ's love. I think one thing that Christians get a bad rep for is being judging. They judge people all the time. And yeah, I want to say that's definitely true. But I also know that in following Christ, that that's not what we're supposed to do. And if I can help people increase, if I can make an increase of showing Christ's love to everyone, then that's what I want to do with my life. So Will is not the first person I dated. My my boyfriend situation has been very strange because I decided to start dating before I actually accepted myself as a homosexual and before I came out to anyone. After my first serious relationship, when we broke up, I had to talk to somebody, and that's when I finally came out. And I also started dating Will while I was still in the closet with my parents, which was really interesting, even though all my friends already knew and they met him and thought he was great. And it was really strange. You know, dating is not. How do you date in Waco, Texas, as a gay person? Really, the best thing that you can do is either go online or to apps, and that sounds really crappy, but it's really true because if you just approach someone, you're, you know, you might get jumped or something. I have no idea. But luckily, Will and I started talking on online, and things just went from there. I can still remember our first date. We were together for like hours and hours and hours. It was ridiculous. And we just we went out to eat, and then we went and got coffee and watched a movie, and it was all great. And things just kind of unfolded from there. He met my friends. We all hung out together, and things have been going great ever since. Our relationship is really interesting because we don't we don't really bicker or argue or get in any fights. It's really strange because we were both in debate in high school, and so anytime we argue, it's really formal and strange, but it's really funny because we will always side on who was right or wrong logically, and we'll say, "Oh yeah, I was right," or "Oh yeah, I was wrong," and that's awesome. So growing up, you know, in Waco, Texas, was really interesting because I didn't have any gay friends. Even though I've known I was gay since I was in the fifth or sixth grade. But growing up, if I knew about any gay people, they were always those weird kids or those, I guess you would call them quote unquote queers. They were strange, and they hung out with the outcasts in the school, and I didn't want to be that person, which is part of the reason why I didn't come out. So all of my friends have been straight friends, and they're great. We're all just guys, and we all do guy things, play video games, go have campfires, just go do random sports things, and it's a lot of fun. They the way I came out, I actually came out to each one of them individually, and I always it was always with open arms. They, you know, they assured me that this didn't change anything about our friendship and that they would always be there for me. And they've been so true to that and love me for who I am. Not because of what they thought I was or because of what I've tried to be, but because of who I am. So next fall, I'm going to be going to Bright Divinity School, which is partnered with TCU. They are one of the best places I've ever been in my entire life. I visited there last year, and it was an amazing experience. I've never felt so welcome and accepted. I'll be doing my Master's of Theological Studies and then doing doctoral work afterwards, but I don't know where I'm going to be doing that. And the plan is that Will's going to come with me. Right now we're living together, and a lot of people have problems with that, but I mean, marriage is not really an option. So if I'm in a committed relationship and I want to be in this, that's really our only option at the moment. But we're gonna be going to Fort Worth, and I know the how accepting Bright is, but I don't know how accepting the area is of homosexuality and that sort of thing. So all I can do is hope for the best.